Hi, everyone. Welcome to this special edition of Majestic Theater Online. We are going to be doing a live first reading of Danny's new play titled The LadySlipper. And mind you, we're trying to coordinate a lot of different cameras, a lot of different computers, and different households. So if we have some technical difficulties, just bear with us, and we'll pick back right up where we left off as soon as we can. And if programming like this is something that you value, we would love to see you go over to majestictheater.com and maybe give us a donation. And in the live chat down below, you can give us your feedback live or talk amongst your fellow audience members. But I think you've seen my face enough. So without further ado, Stephen is our stage manager, and he's going to be reading the stage directions for today. Thanks, Stephen.
Thanks, Carly. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Here we go. Let's just jump right in. This is The LadySlipper, a play by Danny Eaton. Cast of characters have Lana, Hank, and it says is a disabled vet and bartender. He runs the joint. We have R.T. Jebb. He's a mystery, but a damn good cook. There's always a camel hanging from his lips. We have Beatrice, called Trish, an attorney. Jimmy Collins, Trish's fiance. And Estelle, Trish's mother. The setting. The action of the play takes place over the course of a few weeks inside the bar. It's initially on the shabby side and reflects its clients, boaters who are able to dock outside, and the occasional biker gang. Still, the drinks are cheap, and lunch, which is served every day, is plentiful and delicious. But it is the only thing served that day. Take it or leave it. Since the death of the owner, the bar has been temporarily closed. Act 1, Scene 1. The lights come up to reveal the interior of the LadySlipper. It is late morning. After a moment, Hank enters from the kitchen area and begins resetting the chairs from the tabletops. Then Jebb sticks his head out.
Okay, tell me again what the hell day it is I'm supposed to be cooking for.
Rough night?
You could say that.
Yeah, seems to be the case lately, buddy.
Yeah. So,
what?
Come on, it's too early in the day to be messing with me. I need to know what I'm supposed to be putting out if I'm going to be putting anything out.
Try Thursday.
You sure? Oh, okay. I got it. Thanks.
I thought you had this stuff all made up, just kind of heat and go.
I do. I make it up a few days and I put it all in the cooler. And since we've been closed, there's probably stuff I should toss out or take over to the pantry.
Well, maybe you ought to put the brakes on making stuff till we do open. You ever think of that? So what would it be today?
If it's Thursday, like you say, American chop suey, your favorite, I do believe.
I had a great aunt used to make it. She called it hoot and lolly. More like goulash, but you're right, it is my favorite. Yeah, well, you better get to it then.
You know, one of these days I'm going to walk out of here and you're going to be on your own.
Lest I beat you to it and walk out ahead of you. Not today, though. We got company coming.
Not today. So, not today lately. You know anything about her?
Nope. Other than she's an English chick, but she lives on some island off the coast of Spain. That, and she's coming here to sell the joint, so the rumor goes.
Couldn't make it to the funeral, though.
Yeah, well, we ain't privy to what arrangements went on between the two of them, are we?
Trish didn't have nothing to say about that?
She said, don't let the British accent fool me. The woman's no pussycat.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
I guess we're going to find out. You ready? Because I am.
You mean on the off chance we might actually open up today? I mean, no, I ain't ready. I've been out here jibber-jabbering with you.
Well, the plan was maybe for today. Maybe.
And my favorite lawyer's coming today, too, right? Make everything official.
Your dream girl?
Damn straight. I got that Trish in my dreams, all right. Pretty near every night.
Well, Jebby, old pal, I don't want to break your heart, but you and every other guy in town are a little late because she's about to get married.
Says who?
Says she. Last time she was here, even asked about holding one of them Jack and Jill deals here.
And I'm supposed to cook for that?
Oof.
Nobody said anything to me about that.
Sorry, your cooking's good, but it don't exactly fall into the special occasion cuisine. And as for your dream girl, not only does she want a Jack and Jill here, she's planning on tying the knot right out there on the deck, under the stars, in the moonlight.
Yeah? And all I got to say is I hope it rains. I think that's our visitor.
All right, stick around. You got to say hello at least. We're not quite open yet unless, are you, what in the holy hell am I saying? Of course you are. Hi. You are, right? I take it you're,
I suppose I am. Hi, Lana Cooper. You must be Hank.
Yep, that'd be me. Welcome to the Slipper.
Thanks.
Long trip?
You could say. I had to go to London first and meet a solicitor.
Who?
A solicitor, sorry, a lawyer.
Ah, yeah, you can't do a whole lot these days without getting some lawyer involved, can you? Any trouble finding the place?
Truer words were never spoken. Well, I did stop at one point and ask some old fellow sitting on his porch how to get here. He said something about, you mean the mock? I thought perhaps he was having a good time with a foreigner.
No, it's what the old timers call the place, the mock. It's short for moccasin. Even more confused now, aren't you?
Quite.
My name's Hank, by the way. I already said that, didn't I?
You did, Lana. Pleased to meet you, Hank. You were saying?
Oh, right, the mock. Well, let me see if I can explain. Okay, the LadySlipper or lady's slipper is the wildflower that grows in the woods around here. It's a kind of orchid, really. But the Indians called it a moccasin flower, and of course there's a legend that goes with it. A young Native American princess in the middle of a blizzard had to travel many miles to a neighboring village to get medicine for her village, where many of them were sick and dying. Now, snow was deep, and though the blizzard raged, she trekked on to that other village, got the medicine, and turned right around to head back home. But somehow or another along the way, she lost her moccasins, which didn't stop her, though, of course, her feet took a beating. And in the springtime, once all the snow melted away, she was looking for her moccasins, but all she found was wherever her foot bled, one of these little flowers grew, something like that. Anyway, a lot of the old timers thought the LadySlipper was too fancy a damn name, so they started calling it the mock. Not many of them buzzards left, though. You met one of them, no doubt.
A history lesson. Well done, thanks.
Well, by God, after all that, please grab yourself a seat and take a load off. Can I get you anything? We don't have any tea, I'm afraid.
Oh, no tea. What kind of joint are you running here, Hank?
Yeah, sorry.
It's close enough to noon, don't you think? Somewhere in the world?
I believe it is.
I'll settle for a scotch. A double, if you please. One ice cube.
Girl after my own heart. We only have the blended stuff, Johnny Walker Doers. What's your pleasure?
That's fine. You pick it.
Oh, hey, sorry. This is Jebb, by the way, chief cook and bottle washer.
Yeah, I was beginning to wonder if he was perhaps some sort of fixture here.
Oh, he's a fixture, all right.
Hi.
Cheerio.
Oh, why, thank you. Jebb, is it? Well done. I haven't had a Cheerio in 10 years.
I don't know. I didn't know what else to say.
Cheerio is perfect.
Good enough then. And nice meeting you. And I'm gonna get back to my cooking.
Cheerio. Thanks very much. I needed that. Are these my mother's ashes?
Yep. I figured she'd want to be in the window, for now anyway.
I never saw her. We could have done the internet, Skype, that sort of thing, but she didn't want to. She didn't want me to see her sick. So we wrote to one another the old-fashioned way, letters. She sent me a few photographs too, but that was it. Thanks for putting her by the window. How long have you been here, Hank?
Well, a good dozen years. I remember walking in here one day right in the middle of an argument between your mother and this guy who was her boyfriend at the time. Mean SOB, kind of a bully, you would say. And, well, that particular day, she was trying to give him the old heave-ho, but he wasn't hearing it. And he starts coming after her. I was there, so I sort of step in between.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, well, I ain't no hero, but I'll tell you, in my experience, bullies ain't nothing but cowards when you stand up to them. Yeah, they show their colors pretty quick.
Yeah, it sounds very much to me like you were the hero that day.
Maybe so. He cleared out. We ain't seen him around here since.
Bravo. So you then became the new boyfriend?
No. No, not really. I mean, me and Rosie, we got together a few times, but it was always better when we was just being friends, if you know what I mean.
I do. That's nice. Sometimes you just have to leave things behind. And what about your friend Jebb there? What's his story?
Jebby? RT Jebb? He likes to think he's the mystery man around here. Marine Corps veteran, 0311 grunt.
What?
A grunt, your basic rifleman. Got a combat tour under his belt, but won't ever talk about it. And he's happiest when you just leave him alone. But there's one thing I can tell you, he's always got your back. How about you, if you don't mind me asking? I was told you live on some island off the coast of Spain. That sounds awful romantic.
Oh, yes, the good old island life. It certainly can be romantic, for some anyway. For me, if that's what you're asking, there's no one left behind. Actually, the truth is perhaps that's a story for a better time. What can you tell me about Beatrice?
Who?
Beatrice, isn't she the lawyer I'm meeting today?
Oh, you mean Trish?
Trish?
Yeah, she probably has to sign Beatrice on legal documents, but no one around here calls her that. Just Trish.
Well, my given name is Aline, but no one ever called me that, so I understand. And how Aline became Lana, I don't ask, because I have absolutely no idea. Of course, it's Aileen that I have to sign on documents too. Anyway, what's she like?
Oh, good kid. Good kid. You'll like her.
Kid?
Well, kid to me. You're still a kid compared to me.
Well, I'm not quite certain, but I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you.
That you can do. Anyway, Trish, she went to law school, Washington, D.C. on a scholarship, then clerked for a year with some judge down there. Got offered a job afterward at some big fancy law firm, but decided instead to come back here and take care of her dad, who was in a pretty bad way at the time. And after he passed, she just hung out her shingle and stayed. I guess there must be enough work around here to keep her busy. How'd you end up on that island off the coast of Spain, if I can ask? Because you certainly don't sound Spanish.
Well, what's gotten around? I mean, how much do you know?
That you're Rose's daughter, that's pretty much it.
Well, she was a kid when she got pregnant, just barely 15, and she gave the baby, that'd be me, up for adoption. And from here, somehow I ended up in London, not sure how really. That's one of the things I'm hoping to find out. Nevertheless, I grew up there. My mum and dad were ordinary folks, but good people, if on the conservative side. And I'd have to say I had a very solid upbringing. They had a small holiday home in a little Spanish town on the Mediterranean near Alicante, and we'd take our vacations there. And one year after I'd finished school, I got to stay behind. The neighbors were lovely, but It seems mostly all retired Brits and Swedes and rather boring, at least for an 18-year-old who was becoming a bit of a wild child. And then I met a guy, Juan Carlos, the gardener's nephew, no less, and he dragged me off to Ibiza. And I thought I was in love, of course, but he turned out to be, well, let's just say a lot of very nice, not nice things. And I was stranded. My folks, who never liked or trusted Juan Carlos, decided that I'd gone against them, made my own bed, as it were, and so I was on my own. I ended up taking a job in this little seaside club and have been there ever since. Well, until Beatrice, Trish somehow tracked me down, and here we are. How she did it, I can't wait to find out. My British family, I'm told, were not very helpful.
That's a hell of a story.
Isn't it?
How about it? Can I get you another scotch?
Oh, thanks. No. Is the apartment available? I'd like to freshen up a bit before.
Trish.
Right, I'll get it. I'm told that I can stay here for as long as I am here.
Yeah, you sure can. We have to go outside, though, and up the set of stairs you kind of had to duck under to get in here. I'll give you a hand with your bag. Hey, if you don't mind, can I ask you before we go what your intentions are?
My intentions?
Yeah. You know.
About this place, you mean?
Yeah, about the slipper. Just curious.
Of course. To be absolutely honest, I don't know. I've never been in this position before. Actually owning a piece of property, I'll most likely try and sell it. Are you interested?
Me? I wish.
Well, don't pack your bags yet, if that's what you're worried about. I really haven't decided. There's been an offer, so I've been told.
Yeah, we heard that too.
I imagine I'll learn more about that later today when I meet with, oh God, what's bloody hell is her name?
Beatrice?
Touche, good one. Trish, I've got it.
I said it already, I think, but you're going to like her, I'm pretty sure.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. She's good people. Yeah, pretty much every guy in town here has had their eye on her one time or another. But tough luck for them. She's getting married in a little over a week. Right out there on the deck. Yeah, I'd say you're invited too if you're still going to be around.
Who's the lucky fellow?
Jimmy Collins. He's another townie, insurance man. Got his office right down there on the main drag.
Well, as long as his name's not Juan Carlos, I might be convinced to stay.
You ready?
I am, thanks.
Hank grabs her bag, and they head for the door. Lana stops by the window and reaches out and picks up the urn.
Hey, Mum. It's Lana. I made it after all.
The lights fade to black. End of scene 1. Act 1, scene 2. It is several hours later. Trish is seated at a table looking through files, and Hank and Jebb are hanging around, waiting.
You want me to go up and knock on the door?
No, it's all right.
Well, I know she's expecting to see you today.
We never set a time. It was whenever she could get here.
Sorry. sorry. I'm so sorry. Hi. And you are, of course,
Trish.
Trish. Yes, Trish. Exactly what I was going to say.
They
Hi.
look at one another for a moment, and Trish goes to sit but knocks a bunch of her papers onto the floor. Both Trish and Lana drop to their knees and pick up papers, followed by another look.
Thanks. Welcome to the LadySlipper. Now that that's over with, how do you find the place?
It's rather charming. Hank was good enough to let me in on some of the local history. I love the moccasin story.
The place is a bit of a landmark, as you'll see once it's open again.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much all I'm waiting to know.
We know, Jebb, working on it. So after Rose, After your mom left us, I thought it best to close up shop until everything got sorted out.
And you have the power of attorney?
Yes. And in memory of her, too.
Well, I do hope you haven't been waiting on me to reopen. If you have, please just throw wide the doors.
Finally!
Hold on. Well, there's you, and there's this other offer. Have you given any thought to that?
I know you emailed me most of the details, but I haven't seen the actual offer.
Takes a document out and hands it to Lana.
Here.
What do you think?
What you think is more the question.
Well, I can't say. Is it a valid offer in terms of the price? I have no idea what values are here. Do you know who or what Apex LLC is? And I'd like to know what you all think, personally.
I'd say that the offer is on the low side. Not unusual at all. Most initial offers are. You could make a counter offer and we'll see what comes of it. As far as Apex LLC goes, it's a pair of brothers, as I understand it. One of them a retired cop.
And personally?
Lana, as your attorney, and we have that document to sign too, by the way, I can advise you for whatever that might be worth, but ethically, I can't personally influence you one way or another.
Well, I don't fancy the idea of having to move, and I don't mind telling you that I'd hate to see the place become something different than it's always been.
I'd be with him on that score.
It's a lot, and we're not being much help, I'm afraid. And there's more, of course.
She hands Lana and Hank and Jebb all a document.
What's this?
It's Rose's will. I wanted to wait until we were all together. Hank, you and Jebb are both in it. So go ahead and read. It's pretty straightforward, but let me know if there's something in there you want me to explain. What did you think of upstairs?
Oh, I can tell you I was very glad it was there. There's really no resting on a long flight. Plus, Hank was kind enough to slip me a scotch. I took a shower and I was out like a light.
It's right over the bar, but it's comfortable. And it's well insulated. Rose called it her penthouse.
What was she like, my mum? Hank told me a little bit.
Oh, she was a sweetheart. Would do anything for anyone. Most everyone called her Rosie. These fellas could tell you more. They worked with her every day.
I can tell you a thing or two. Everybody thought Rosie was just this sweet little thing, but underneath, oh shit, man, look out! I seen her take on this biker guy one time. I thought he was nagging and ragging on Hank all damn night. You remember that, Hank?
I sure do. Rosie, she never wanted us to get into any kind of an altercation with customers. It was A-okay, though, if she did.
Yeah, Rosie, she'd firecracker. That's what she was. Came storming out of the kitchen with the frying pan in her hand. She whacks that guy. He just keeps whacking him, backing him right out the door.
Way to go, Mom.
She was a piece of work. Oh, Rosie was. Yeah. It's too bad. It's too bad you didn't make it to the funeral. You would have heard a lot of stories like that.
I could have, Jebb, but she didn't want me to.
Oh, they sent letters to one another.
Well, look who the cat dragged in.
Hey, everyone. Hi, honey. And you must be our visitor from across the pond.
Lana, my fiance, Jimmy.
Hi, Jim Collins. Now tell me, are you covered?
Sorry.
Yeah, it's an insurance joke. A very bad insurance joke. Jim, my best friend and soon-to-be husband.
Okay. Sorry, it's a really bad insurance joke, but I have lots of others, though, on the slim chance that you might like to hear them. But sincerely, welcome. It's very nice to meet you.
Same.
Yeah. So Beatrice, my love, are we still on for dinner? She hates it when I call her Beatrice.
Why don't we all go? Lena, care to join us? Hank and Jebb, you too, come along.
Oh, that's a great idea. She's so smart, this gal of mine. There is a steak and seafood restaurant a few miles up the road. How about it?
Why not? I'm actually starving.
Phantasmo, it's settled. All right. Hey, honey, done for the day?
Sure. Well, I can be.
All righty then. Well, listen, I walk, so I'll go get the car and I'll meet the rest of you lickety split right out front. Boop.
Sorry about that. He can come off.
It's fine.
How about it? You fellas ready?
We will be. Meet you out front.
Lena?
I'm ready.
There are more things we need to go over, but we can always pick that up later.
Of course.
The lights fade. End of scene 2. Act 1, scene 3. Later that night, Lena is standing outside under an umbrella. Trish comes out from the bathroom. They're both wet.
What are you doing out there?
Taking in the view. I love watching the water at night. It's peaceful.
Well, this is just a big old lazy river. It can't be anything like your island.
I don't know why I'm standing under an umbrella. I'm already soaked to the bone.
Well, come in then.
Lena comes in. Trish hands her a towel from the bar, but then takes it back.
Here, let me.
She pats the water off of Lena's face.
Better?
Better. What are you laughing at? What I'm laughing at?
I don't know what we're laughing at.
Nor do I.
You're,
Certainly was fun. Oh.
you're a couple of wild ones. What's so funny?
We don't know. We have absolutely no idea. Sorry.
Oh, boy. I wonder if we can make some coffee in here. Seems like a good, strong cup of Java might be in order.
Oh, relax. Come here and sit with us. We don't need coffee, do we?
We do not. No.
Well, that was a nice dinner, don't you think?
Lovely. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. And you got to see a little bit of the town on the drive out there.
I might just take a walk in the morning to do some sightseeing that way.
Yeah. 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 Well, the food was good, I thought, right?
Yeah, it was great. I haven't had lamb chops in years. I've been trying to stay away from red meats lately. Fell off the wagon tonight, but I am not feeling the least bit guilty. I thank you both for really a very lovely evening.
Oh, it was our pleasure, wasn't it, hon? Yeah. Besides, it was just so refreshing to listen to you talk. You know, your accent, you know. But oh wait, I got an idea. You're going for a walk tomorrow? Trish will go with you.
Jimmy, maybe Lena wants a little alone time after everything. She's had, I suspect, a very long day.
Lena, what do you say? Alone or with company?
I love the company.
All right. And how about tomorrow? Can you clear your schedule tomorrow?
Since my schedule is as much as anything about the LadySlipper, mostly anyway.
Lena, make sure she doesn't try to bill you for all the hours the two of you spend on that walkabout.
Don't listen to him. I'm not going to bill you.
Oh, well, then you're safe. If she says she's not going to bill you, she's not going to bill you. A woman of her word, my Trish is. Yeah. Oh, and don't forget to take her to the Foundry Village, yeah? And, of course, the old mill.
Actually, if you wouldn't mind too much, I'd like to know just how it was that you found me. I suspect that was an undertaking unto itself.
It was a challenge. We can devote some time to that if you'd like.
I would, very much.
Phantasmo. Settled. Well, ladies, unlike the two of you, I have a full slate tomorrow. So I'll beg off. Huh? Huh?
Thank you very much for everything.
Oh, you're very welcome. And on that note, a good night to you. Don't be too late.
He can be...
You said that. No explanation necessary.
He's a really good guy. My best friend.
Well, I'd like to, I'd like to know more about this place. I'd like to know more about you.
About me?
Yes, of course. If it wasn't for you,
I'm really not that interesting. I don't think.
You don't think?
Well, then we'll play 20 questions. You can ask me anything about myself, about the LadySlipper. It's all pretty ordinary. You, I think, are a lot more fascinating.
Really? All right. 20 questions it is. You start.
What was it like growing up in England? Mind you, this from someone who's never even been out of the country.
We do have somewhat of an advantage there. You can get anywhere in Europe fairly inexpensively, so people tend to travel a lot. As for growing up, that was also ordinary, to use your description. My mum and dad were solid middle-class folks, you could say.
What about Spain?
Well, that would surprise me. I was 13 or 14, something like that. And somehow my dad knew someone who had a place there and told him about this casita, this small house, that had just come up for sale. And he wanted to go there to check it out. But my mum just kept saying he should just buy it because it wouldn't last. And she had a way about her once. Her mind was settled on something. So he did. I mentioned to Hank before that we'd spend our holiday there every year. My turn.
Your turn.
Tell me more about the LadySlipper. I don't see a menu. What sort of restaurant is it?
Oh, I'm not sure you could actually call it a restaurant. You certainly won't ever see a menu.
But you've got a cook.
We do. Jebb.
Then I'm confused.
You're not alone. Most first-timers, when they come in here, I don't know how or why it happened because it predates me, but every day, and each day is different, there's just one thing served. It could be lamb stew, ziti with sausage, goulash, something like that. Rose would come over to your table and tell you what today was. You'd get as much as you can eat, along with a small loaf of bread and any beverage you want. That was it. When the pots are empty, serving is over.
How unusual. I've never heard of anything like that before.
Apparently, it took some getting used to, but it's become the tradition here. I have to say that Jebb is a really good cook. The food is always good. Tell me more about Spain.
Well, there was a guy I met there.
Of course, there's always a guy.
My first great love, or so I thought. You too?
Of course.
Tell me about it.
You first.
A Spanish guy. His name was Juan Carlos, and he was beautiful, which of course he knew. And I was absolutely captured. He convinced me that he had property in Ibiza and that we should move there because it was heaven on earth. Well, his family had property there. That much was true. He also had a wife there and a young daughter.
Oh, no. Your heart must have been broken.
It was. Mum and Dad had advised against me getting involved with him, that being young and headstrong, I wasn't about to let them know I had made a terrible mistake. I told Juan Carlos to fuck off. Pardon my French.
Oh, don't worry. I've spoken French on occasion.
Didn't it make you feel good?
Yes, it did.
I know. I actually met his wife, Maria Luisa, and she and I became somewhat friendly. Of course, that was after she gave him his walking papers. He left the island right after, and I'm sure that he's hooked up with somebody and being happily kept. Your turn.
I think we have a lot in common.
You think so?
I do, in a sense.
We broke your heart.
You know, as we're talking, I'm beginning to think that what we thought was love really wasn't. And if we'd stuck it out, we would have learned that.
There's something about ourselves.
I guess. So my story. He was a law student, Benjamin Jacques III, from a prominent law family in Los Angeles that worked mostly with the entertainment industry. I wouldn't call him beautiful like your Juan Carlos, but he had that typical Southern California ease and sunny charm. He was a terrible student, though. And he kind of glommed onto me to help him through, which was all he needed, just to help him get through, because he immediately became a partner in the family firm. Of course, I'd go with him to LA and also join the firm, and we'd get married there.
I take it that didn't happen?
Sometimes you learn things about people in the most offhand way. The day we were to graduate, I got a letter from Benjamin Jacques II. He wanted to congratulate me on finishing law school and looked forward to welcoming me into both the family and the firm. Also included for my signature was a prenuptial agreement, which Benjamin Jacques III had already signed.
What was in it?
The usual division of property, retirement funds, inheritances, religious instruction for children, joint bank account management, life insurance, credit card management, alimony or spousal support, child custody, pet custody.
Pet custody?
Oh, yes. Out there in California, it's important who ends up with the family poodle in case of a divorce.
Oh my God, you're kidding.
No, it's a thing. I still have that agreement tucked away somewhere.
Well, what did you do?
Oh, I headed to the law library and boned up on prenups. The one thing that was missing was a sunset clause. That's when a prenup terminates over a period of time.
Well, then what?
Well, I like to think of it as my own sunset clause. And I told Ben that the sun had set on our relationship. Sayonara.
Oh, and what did he do?
He was like, okay, oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, he did thank me for helping him get through school. And if I ever found myself in Southern California.
Oh, man. These boys.
Well, they're not all bad. I've got a pretty good guy on my side.
Right. Wedding bells will be ringing soon.
Yeah. And here we are talking about how men have screwed us over. How are we supposed to know?
Know what?
If what we're doing is the right thing. I can't imagine what my life would be like today if I'd stayed with Ben. What if you'd stayed with Juan Carlos?
Oh, please, let's not even talk about it.
It's funny, isn't it? Here we are, strangers, in a sense, but telling each other some of the most intimate details of our lives. Freely, which I don't mind at all. Somehow it's as if we've known each other a long time.
It does seem so, doesn't it?
What's your ideal?
My ideal? As in a partner?
Yeah. Maybe that's too personal. I'm sorry. You don't have to answer.
Well, I know. At least I think I know. I would want someone at the end of each day to look at me and simply smile. No words needed. And I'd want that person to lay beside me at night, to feel their warmth. I'd want to breathe that same air as they breathe. Oh, God.
I don't know what to say.
I'm sorry. Stupid late night romanticism is what that is.
No.
I know that this is a crazy time for us both. That said, I'm hoping that we can spend some more time together.
We will. I'd like that too.
Are we talked out? Not that I want this to end.
I don't know if we got to 20 questions, but we covered a lot.
We did. I feel like there's more, but there's always more, isn't there?
We can save it for later. We'll savor it.
Deal.
Well, good night.
Good night.
She watches as Trish starts to exit, but then turns back for a quick look and a slight nod of the head. The lights slowly fade. End of scene 3. Act 1, scene 4. The next afternoon, Trish and Lana are seated having just opened a couple of beers. They tap bottles.
Cheers!
Cheers!
Pair of fine ladies we are, swigging from the bottle.
Sometimes it's the best way to do it.
I hope Hank won't be angry. He won't, will he?
Whatever for.
Well, dipping into the inventory.
Lana, it's your inventory.
Hi, yes it is, isn't it?
It is. Right until you sell it.
Her phone rings.
If you sell it. Sorry, do you mind if I take this?
Of course not.
Hi, Mom. Yes, we are. We're here. Now? Sure, that's fine. Well, hold on. It's my mom. She's been anxious to meet you. I'm not sure why, but is it okay if she joins us?
Of course, I look forward to it.
You're coming now? Well, we're just here drinking beer. Yep. Okay. Bye. She'll be here shortly. Back to a little bit of business. I faxed off a short letter to those Apex guys. Not a counter offer, but just to let them know that if they're serious, their numbers need to be significantly better.
Thanks.
I also managed to dig up a little bit of information. You ready for this?
What do you got?
It appears that these guys want to turn the LadySlipper into a gentleman's club.
A gentleman's club? Is that what I think it is?
Just a rumor, though.
Ooh. Well, could they do it? I mean, would the town even allow it?
Good question. I'm sure there's some controversy. Somebody suggesting an ordinance zone.
Oh, God, my name would be mud around here, I suspect, were I to spell out to them and that to happen.
Well, whatever noise there was, you wouldn't hear it from Ibiza.
Assuming I go back.
Wouldn't you?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, there's nothing there, really, that I have to go back to. I suppose I'm what you might call a transient now.
Really? Would you stay here? I don't know why I asked that. It's not my business. Sorry.
Well, it could be. After all, were I to stay here, I'd need a good lawyer, wouldn't I? And speaking of, let's hear how it was you managed to track me down. I'm certain that was not an easy feat. And my father, my biological as well, if you have information on that.
And a long story.
Well, then we'll need another beer, won't we?
Why not?
Your husband is going to kill me for corrupting you.
Husband to be. We're not married yet.
Right. Ready.
Okay. It actually starts, believe it or not, with my mom. Now, oh, speaking of, how do they know? If we ever get to be mothers ourselves someday, we'll know. Hey, Mom, I was just this second speaking about you, or rather about to speak about you.
Lana.
Mom, it's pronounced Lana. Lana, meet Estelle.
Lana, so unusual. I love it. May I join you?
Of course. Care for a beer?
Well, I don't want to feel left out.
I'll get it. Ma, I was just about to tell her how you invited both Rose and me to that dinner.
We arranged this dinner, Rose and I.
So you knew her then?
Oh, yes. Everyone in town knew her, but your mom, she was my best friend.
Since childhood, actually.
Thank you, dear. So we arranged this dinner. It was after her diagnosis, and she wanted to find you. Lena, before we continue, I just want to tell you how happy I am to see you again.
To see me again?
Yes. I was with Rose when you came into this world.
Mom, I didn't know that.
Not many people did. 7 pounds, 2 ounces, and 19 inches.
You were there?
Yes. They let Rose hold you maybe 30 seconds. I remember you had the hiccups.
The hiccups?
Oh, it was a sweet moment. It made us both smile. When Rose learned she was sick, she asked me to help find you.
And you turned to me.
I turned to you. I thought a lawyer with some gumption would get the job done, and you did.
Wait a second. First things first. I absolutely want to know how you got started, but honestly, I'm still stuck on the hiccups.
There was just a teeny tiny moment before the nurse spirited you away when one of those hiccups turned into a smile. Oh, I thought Rose would break down, but she didn't. Instead, she said, "Stell, look, she's a happy baby. I made a happy baby." I've always hoped that someday I'd be able to tell you that. All right, counselor, you're up.
You okay? So, first things first, there's always a birth certificate. Do you know your birthday?
I know what I was told. August 5th.
That's right. That's it. Good. Now, my next step was a meeting with the hospital administrator, who was not very helpful at first. Kept saying there were patient privacy laws until I convinced him that, speaking of the law, there was an attorney legally representing that child. And as it happened, that attorney was me. And if necessary, we could always take it up in court.
Oh, you see, I already have a good lawyer.
Oh, this is great. She never really told me how she went about it at all. Just called up one day and said, "I found her," meaning you. She's living on an island off the coast of Spain.
Well, the administrator, who was now my best friend, referred me to a social service agency in the next county. But that agency no longer existed. It had been absorbed by a larger Quaker agency. When I contacted them, they wanted to be helpful, but they were afraid that many, if not all of those records were lost. So I put on my best go-to-court power suit, grabbed my suitcase, drove there, and played the lawyer card again.
You're tough.
That's my girl.
So this very nice Hispanic girl took me down into the storage room in the basement, jammed with file boxes. Some labeled, some not. I explained what I was looking for, and she jumped right in and began pulling boxes out, and we started flipping through files. It took us about 4 hours, and God knows how many files, but all of a sudden we found it. Baby M, born August 5th, adopted by George and Helen Cooper.
That's them, me mom and dad.
That solved one piece of the puzzle, but there was no address, no contact information. Well, There was an old address, but the people there, when I managed to contact them, had no idea what I was talking about. But in the back of the file, there was a document saying the adoption was on hold until a passport could be issued. A British passport to one Lana Cooper.
Still, you had to find them.
So I ran an ad in the newspaper, in the London Times, the Manchester United, some paper in Liverpool, and another in Bristol. Apparently, the Coopers never saw the ad, but someone who worked with your dad years ago did and messaged me. I was able to contact them. Like the earlier people, they were a little surprised at first and said they hadn't seen or talked to you in 2 years. I might, though, try scouring Ibiza. And here you are.
Here I am. Thank you, Trish.
You're welcome.
Anything on my biological?
Your father.
Yeah.
Now, that's something I could probably help with.
Why? You knew him as well?
This is all new to me.
Yeah, he was a boy back in high school. Oh, all the girls were in love with him, myself included. He never knew, though. Rose never told him. And he moved away at the end of the school year.
And what was his name?
You know, I don't think I ever knew. We just all called him Jax.
Jax.
Yes, Jax. You know, we could go back to the school and look through the yearbooks. We might find him that way.
No, I don't know. It doesn't seem really important.
Well, what now, ladies?
You know what? We could sit here and drink beer all night, or we could go dancing. There must be some sort of dance place around here.
Dancing? Oh, you kids go. I'll just head home, read the paper, and watch Wheel of Fortune.
What did you say?
I'm not exactly dressed for dancing.
No, nor am I, but we could doll ourselves up and meet back here in an hour.
You're on. Bye, Mom.
Have fun, you two.
Estelle, it was really nice seeing you again. May I ask you something?
Oh, of course.
In one of the letters, Rose said something about a song. When I got here to ask about a certain song.
Ah, yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I do. We'll meet again. It's a World War II song, originally performed for the troops by an English singer named Vera Lynn. Even Johnny Cash recorded it. Rose's favorite version, though, was by a group called the Ink Spots.
How does it go?
Well, I'm no singer, but let's just say goodbye with a smile, dear. Just for a while, dear. We must part. Don't let this parting upset you. I'll not forget you, sweetheart. We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Oh, Lena, your mom never, ever forgot you. I think she played that song every day of her life.
Thank you.
Her computer's upstairs. You can Google it. The original Vera Lynn version will pop up. So will the Ink Spots. Rose always felt that she knew you. And even when Trish gave her the news that you were still alive and well, living on a beach, so the only thing she could say was, at last.
At last.
Yep. 2 little words. A lifetime inside of them.
She didn't want me to come, but I wish I had. It wouldn't have mattered to me how she looked or how sick she was. I think I let her down.
Oh, you mustn't think that. She died peacefully. It wouldn't have happened like that if you were here. The torment of leaving you would just...
Yeah, I'll have to keep telling myself that.
life takes many turns, sometimes for the better. Speaking of, you better get ready. Oh, have fun tonight.
She surprises Lana with a hug.
Care of my girl.
I will.
Lana exits. Estelle returns the empty beer bottles to the bar as the lights fade. End of scene 4. Act 1, scene 5. Later that night, Hank and Jebb are having a beer.
You believe that crap? The guy's trying to buy the slipper, want to turn it into a strip club.
You mean a gentleman's club?
Yeah, my ass.
I don't think she's gonna do it though. Elena, yeah, I bet she won't sell.
What makes you think so?
I don't know. Got a feeling. I think she kind of likes it here.
How can she like it here more than some fancy island in Spain?
Maybe for her it's not so fancy. You know what I mean? Didn't she say that something to that effect? Eh?
Yeah, you could be right. I guess the grass ain't always greener.
And besides, I think maybe she's got a little crush on me.
You are a funny guy, Jebb. If she's got a crush on anybody, she's got a crush on me.
Well, if that's the case, I suppose you and me are gonna have to fight it out over her.
Yep, I suppose so. You want to pick weapons now, or you want another beer?
Nah, I think I'm gonna call it.
Yeah, I guess I'm with you.
Trish and Lana come crashing in. They've been dancing all night and are both a little tipsy.
Hey, don't get scared, don't get scared. It's just me and Jebby. We're just,
Hi, boy. Woo. I think these gents have been waiting for us. Look at them sitting here in the dark.
Oh, to what end? Neither of them can dance.
Well, how do you know? We could put some music on and find out. What about it, boys? You have right before your eyes a couple of dancing queens.
Jebby's the dancer, not me.
Don't listen to him. Anyway, we're just getting ready to bow out, right, Hank? We gotta rest up for a big fight tomorrow.
Big fight?
That's right. We intend to show that even in this small corner of the world, chivalry is not dead.
Oh, I take it there's a woman involved.
There must be a woman involved.
A fair assumption? Oh, come on, Hank. Let's get out of here while the getting's good.
Wait. You're not getting away that easy. Do we know who this bird is?
Sorry. But we can't be disclosing any of the details just yet.
Right. It'll have to be a story for another day. On that note, you two birds mind shutting the place down?
We'll take care of it.
You sure?
The slipper is in capable hands.
You're good then. Need anything?
Say goodnight, Hank.
Good night, Hank. All right, let's hit the road, Jebby.
Yeah. I'm coming.
Thanks, guys.
What for?
Well, for caring about this place as much as you do.
Now what?
Oh, that was bloody fun tonight, wasn't it? To just let loose, being with you.
I haven't danced this much since I don't know when.
Me either.
The old bod is going to be telling me in the morning just how much of that good idea of yours actually was.
You've got a beautiful body. I'm quite certain you'll be just fine.
Can I ask you something?
Of course. Anything.
Well, sometimes, even when we very first met, you looked at me and...
And what?
This will seem strange, and I hope you're not offended, but it's as if sometimes you're looking so far inside of me.
And you're uncomfortable.
No, That's not it at all. Well, what then? Have you ever had someone in your life that you click with? I guess that's the word. So naturally that you feel like you've been best friends your whole life.
And that's me.
Somehow, I think it is. Yes.
It's a soulmate. Someone who shares everything in common with you. Someone who feels like
home. Feels like home.
I feel like I've known you my whole life.
I know. I feel exactly the same. And it's such an odd set of circumstances that brought us to this place. Do you think we were meant to find each other?
I don't know. How? Yes. I think so.
Her phone rings.
Saved by the bell. Oh, it's Jim looking for me. Hi.
No speakable content could be.
No, I'm fine. It was a great time. We're here at the Slipper. Lana. I know. Just getting ready to leave. Okay. I know. I guess I'd better go. Good night.
There's an undecided moment on what to do. Is it a handshake? A hug? A kiss on both cheeks? They end up with a kind of wave. Then at the door, Trish turns back.
Trish, I'd say so too.
What?
We were meant to find each other.
Trish exits and the lights fade. End of scene 5 and end of act 1. Were this a normal show, we'd take an intermission here, but we're just going to keep right on going. Act 2, scene 1. It's a few hours later. Lana and Trish are in their bathrobes. Their phones are in their hands. We see them in 2 tight light specials on separate sides of the stage. After a pause, Trish dials a number, but then quickly hangs up before it can connect. After a brief pause, Lana dials a number and Trish's phone rings.
Hello? Hello? Who is...
Lana hangs up. After a moment, the lights fade. End of Act 2, Scene 1. Act 2, Scene 2. It's 2 days later. The lights come up on an empty bar. After a moment, Trish enters. She's clearly distraught. Seeing no one, she goes out onto the deck. As she does, Jebb enters from the kitchen, and she turns around and re-enters.
What's up, Trish?
Nothing. Actually, I'm looking for Lana. Is she around?
She was. Haven't seen her in a while. Everything okay?
Of course. Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know. You're looking a little frazzled.
Oh. Listen, please, if you see Lana, I really need to talk to her.
You tried calling?
She didn't pick up.
Hey, maybe she's down by the Riverwalk. She likes it there. If you want, I'll go down and see if I can find her.
No. Well, if you wouldn't mind.
I'm on it.
Sure you don't mind?
No problem. Hey, if I do find her, what do you want me to say?
Oh, just that I need to talk to her.
It's not any kind of emergency, is it? I mean, she's probably going to ask.
No, talk. Just go, okay?
Where are you going to be?
I'll hang here for a while.
All right. Got it.
Thanks.
Hey, stranger.
No. Don't be happy to see me. You can't be happy to see me.
What do you mean?
We have to talk.
All right. What do you want to talk about?
I haven't slept the last 2 nights. Lena, I'm getting married in a week. This can't happen.
What can't happen?
Us. You make me feel something. Something I've never felt before. You. Me.
I know.
What do you mean, you know?
Did you get a hang-up call around 2 o'clock the other night?
I did.
That was me.
I knew it was. I was tempted to call you, too. What would you have done if I answered?
I don't know. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I would have said, come to me.
This is not fair.
What would you have done?
I would have come. Do I dare ask what you've been doing the past 2 days?
Long walks, mostly. Hank and Jebb did take me for a boat ride on the river, and I figured I wasn't your only client. You had other business to deal with.
What are we going to do?
Well, what do you want to do?
My heart is saying one thing, but my brain is screaming something entirely. What do you want?
You. I want you.
How can it happen? I've never been with a woman before. And what about Jim? You know, that guy I'm supposed to be in love with? Do I marry him anyway? Do we keep us a secret?
Do you love him?
I thought I did. But now there's you.
You have to tell him.
What if I can't?
If you can't, then we can't.
What would you do?
I don't know, but I couldn't stay.
Why did this happen? Have you been with women before?
No. I'd wondered and perhaps wanted to, but not until I met you. I look at you and I see the future.
We'd probably get run out of town. You know that, don't you?
Do you need some time?
Lena, my home is here. My practice. My mother's gonna need looking after at some point.
Well, I think you should go. Now. You have to sort.
Where? Where can I go?
She goes to Trish and embraces her.
Whatever happens will be all right. Go ahead.
Trish goes to the door, then stops and rushes back to Lana and into her arms, and they kiss passionately and hold on to one another in a kind of desperation.
There you are. Thank goodness. Is everything all right?
Hi, Mom.
Jim was worried about you and asked if I knew where you were.
I'm right here.
I can see that. Lena, is everything all right?
You should talk to her.
Would someone kindly tell me what's going on?
I know.
I'll stay if you want.
No. I need to do this on my own.
What is it you need to do? Did something happen? Would you two be so kind as to please just...
Estelle, Trish has something she needs to tell you.
Well, I certainly hope so. I don't like being kept in the dark.
Mom, have a seat. You're not going to be in the dark. Maybe you can stay close?
Yeah, I'll hang around on the deck.
That'll work.
You okay?
I will be.
What in the world is going on? Is there something I should know about? Your fiancé is worried to death about you. He says you're not yourself and haven't been for days, and he can't understand why you're not.
Mom, I remember you telling me once about how you first met Dad.
Yes.
And how you were practically engaged to someone else, but you met Dad, and as soon as he looked at you, you knew that he was the person you'd spend the rest of your life with.
That's very true.
The same things happened to me.
What do you mean?
I've fallen in love.
Really? And who is this person? And do I know him?
You're not getting it, are you?
Well, if I'm not getting it, then don't tell me. What's his name?
Her name.
Her name? You don't mean...
Yes, I do.
You're not trying to tell me that the two of you are...
Lesbians? No. We're just two people who fell in love with one another. Like you and Dad. People can call it whatever they like.
Lena?
Lana.
And you love her?
I do. Surprise!
Oh, no kidding. Surprise. Oh. And she loves you?
Let's ask her.
She goes to the window and knocks for Lana to come in.
My mom wants to ask you something.
Lena, my daughter has just informed me that she has fallen in love and that it's you who she's fallen in love with. Is that correct?
Yes.
She loves you?
Yes.
And what about you? You love her?
I do.
Mom, I know it's a lot to take in.
Oh, yes, it is a lot to take in. Well, not really. And if your dad was still alive, oh, he was so proud of you, Trish. I think I know exactly what he would have said. He'd look at the two of you standing here just as you are, and he'd say, oh, you must always follow your heart.
I am.
I know. So, now what?
I've got to see Jim. I owe him that.
Oh, yes, you certainly do.
I just hope he won't hate me.
Oh, I'm sure he won't. He's a good man. He won't be happy at first. Lena, what about your family?
I'm going to go call them now.
Oh, good Lord. We've got a wedding planned, haven't we? Well, what are we going to do about that?
Well, I have a crazy idea. Why not go ahead with it? It might not be the wedding we thought it was going to be, but what do you say? Will you marry me?
I thought you'd never ask.
No, No! Really?
Do you want to?
More than anything.
Lena takes her hand and kisses it, and they stand there with their arms around each other.
Can I say something? You will have my blessing, the both of you. It's so apparent that you do love each other, and that's a blessing in and of itself. It matters not what a whit of what anyone else would say or think. Your hearts are all. Well, then, there's a lot to do about this wedding if it's going to happen, and so we better get busy. Agreed?
Mom, I need a favor, though.
Oh, what is it?
Please get a hold of Jim and ask him to come talk to me. I'll wait for him here.
All right.
What about me?
You've got a phone call to make. It's all right. I can do this too.
I'll just be upstairs.
Trish nods, and Lena waves, and Trish waves back. There's a slight pause before they run into each other's arms and laugh and turn and laugh while the lights fade. End of Act 2, Scene 2. Act 2, Scene 3. A short time later, Trish is standing by the window. After a moment, Jim enters.
Hey there. Are you my missing link?
Hi.
What's up?
Jim, we need to talk.
Oh, this sounds serious.
It is.
Shoot.
You probably noticed.
Yeah, I've noticed that you've been a little distant lately. I've noticed that.
I have, and I'm sorry.
Well, Trish, we've known each other our whole lives, so come on, just out with it.
Jim, you've always been there for me. Always. Even as kids.
Yeah, you were such a tomboy. Pretty cute one, though. You remember that time you broke your collarbone and we were playing football and I had to carry you over my shoulder.
You've been my best friend.
I trust I still am.
You are. But I have to tell you something. Something's happened. I didn't mean for it to happen, and I wasn't looking for it to happen, but it did.
Well, what are you trying to say? Did I do something?
No, of course not. It's me entirely.
What's you? What is it?
I'm so afraid you're going to hate me.
Well, that's not possible. I mean, so, just quit beating around the bush.
I've met someone.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, we're out in public. We meet people all the time.
Jim, please. You're not making this any easier. Yes, we meet people all the time. We just don't always fall in love.
Fall in love?
Yes.
In love?
I'm in love in a way I never thought possible. And it's with someone else. Someone other than you. I am so sorry.
Well, I guess that explains a few things then, huh?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you said that already.
Do you want to know who?
Why? Apparently it's not me, so.
No, it's not.
Jesus, Trish. We had plans.
I know.
I mean, we had the whole future mapped out, didn't we?
We did. And I'm
Yeah, well, don't say it. Just, I don't want to hear another apology. All right, yeah, who is it? Just tell me who it is.
Lana.
Lana.
Yes.
You're in love with a woman.
I am.
Just like that. She hasn't been here for more than a week. You're trying to tell me that you're in love. What? You just got swept off your feet?
Something clicked the moment I first saw her.
Oh, well, yeah. Something clicked.
Yes.
Clicked. Have you given any thought to what it's going to be like for the two of you around here? I mean, what are you going to do with your practice? You're just going to throw that away?
I'm not throwing anything away, including you and our friendship.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, there's a laugh. What the hell am I supposed to do, Trish? Huh? How am I supposed to hold my head up high? Oh, look, there goes poor Jim Collins. Nice guy, but he couldn't hold on to his girl, huh? She dumped him for a woman.
You can blame me. It's all right. As a matter of fact, I'll wear a sign if you want. I'll parade around town and let everyone know what I've done to you.
No, you're not going to do that.
I would.
I know. Yeah. What's that? What's that saying? It's if you love something, cast it free, right? So it's okay if I keep loving you?
Only if I can do the same.
I guess I knew something was going on with you. I just didn't think it was this. So what are your plans?
Well, there was a wedding planned already, so we thought we ought to just go ahead with it.
You're getting married? Oh, I was gonna say, I thought you were kidding, but you're not.
It's legal now.
Yeah, I know. Of course it is. You're gonna have to forgive me if I need a little bit of time to process this. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I should finally take that fishing trip to Oregon. I think so.
That'll be nice, won't it? It's something you've wanted to do for a while.
It's something I wanted to do for us, Trish, me and you. Hire a guide, pack in on horseback, learn to fly fish.
Maybe we can still do it someday. An adventure, the three of us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Trish, you are special. Whew. Let me ask you, who else knows about this?
You, me, my mom, and Lana.
What did Estelle have to say?
She was surprised.
I bet. I mean,
then she remembered about Dad and about how she knew she was in love with him from the very first moment they met.
So she understood.
She did.
Well, I guess it's my turn too, huh? I mean, I'll come to terms with it eventually, and understand. But I don't think I'm going to make the wedding.
Oregon beckons.
Yeah, something. I mean, Trish, I've always wanted the best for you. I still do. However it comes, you know that, right? Don't you?
I know.
We're given a new day each and every morning, but we never know what that day brings. So
He goes to Jim and embraces him.
Thank you.
The lights fade. End of Act 2, Scene 3. Act 2, Scene 4. It's the night of the wedding. There's a full moon spilling light through the window. Hank and Jebb, in their finest, are setting candles on tables.
Do you have any idea something was going on between them two?
Yeah, sort of, I guess. You could see them kind of light up whenever they saw one another.
Had a glow about them, huh?
Oh, it was glowing, all right.
It don't bother you, does it?
What, you mean two women together? Maybe 20, 25 years ago, but I'd think twice then. But the world's changing, you know, our brains, the way we think about things, you know, you got to keep up.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Ain't particularly the easiest thing for old coots like you and me.
Hold on. Who are you calling an old coot?
You!
Yeah? Takes one to know one.
All right, mister. This town ain't big enough for the two of us.
Oh, you're back to that, huh? Gee, I see. It's a full moon out there. We'll have to face off at midnight. Eh?
Midnight it is. We'll settle this once and for all. So maybe we ought to have us a beer first.
You buying?
I'm buying.
Jebb sits and Hank heads behind the bar and returns with 2 beers. They sit and they tap bottles and drink.
That's good.
I don't know why I like beer so much.
Me either. Never been much for a cocktail. Beer, it's just part of the job around here.
Hi guys, can't talk, gotta pee.
When you gotta go, you gotta go. Estelle?
Ma'am?
Don't you man me, Mr. Jebb. You know my name. Where'd you go, by the way?
Oh, she's in there. Had to pee.
Well, I barely got the car stopped and she bolted.
Can I get you something?
Well, I'd love a Southern Comfort perfect Manhattan on the rocks with 2 cherries, but I see you guys are having a beer, so I'll just have a beer with you.
I'll get it.
It's a big day.
Big night.
Right you are.
You want a beer too?
No, I've got a small bladder as it is. So how do I look?
Nice.
Nice. That's it?
You look like a woman who in love who's about to get married.
Thank you, Hank.
What do? She does, don't she?
They all clink their bottles.
Here's to you.
Here.
Where's my girl? Anybody seen her yet?
Oh, still upstairs, I imagine.
Oh, I hope she didn't get scared and run out on me.
Oh, honey girl, relax. You look beautiful. Come and sit down.
You guys like this dress? It was hers when she married my dad. Not too old-fashioned, is it?
Nope.
You know what they say, don't you? Everything old is new again.
Thanks, Mom. I didn't know you still had it.
I saved it just for this day. Oh, Here she comes.
Hi.
Hi! I was worried you'd run away.
And never gonna happen. You look lovely, by the way.
So do you.
Thanks.
This was hers back when she and my dad.
Oh, sorry about running late. I was on the phone.
With your folks?
No, well, I did talk to them earlier.
What did they say?
The news was unexpected, of course, but then so was their response.
What do you mean?
Well, my mum said that my happiness was the only thing that mattered. And then my dad got on the phone and he said...
What?
He said that he felt it high time that they visited America. So they're coming.
You're kidding. When?
Next week, if we're still going to be around, not on honeymoon somewhere.
We haven't thought about that, have we?
Nope. And then there was another call.
Really?
From Jim.
Jim.
Mm-hmm.
Jim called you.
Yes. He wanted me to know, he wanted both of us to know that he was still our friend and that no matter what, that would never change.
That was it?
And congratulations. From Oregon.
Oh.
Hey, I think the JP is here. I just saw something in the window. You want me to go check?
Hang on, Jebb. Hang on before you go out there. This might not be the proper time to ask this, but well, me and Jebby figure that people are going to be asking us, and it'd be good to be able to tell them something. So here goes. Which one of you is the husband, and which one of you is the wife?
Do you want to have a go at it?
Sure. We haven't decided yet, boys. I think we'll switch off every week, something like that.
Or if that doesn't work, we could do odd days, even days.
Brilliant.
Okay. Ha 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 ha. Now you're making fun of us and our stupid question, which really ain't that stupid. But go ahead. Have a good laugh.
You know, Hank, why don't we just keep them all guessing? Is that okay with you guys?
I'm good with that.
Okay.
Done deal.
Yeah. That's your guy. He's out there.
Well, what do you say?
Let's do it.
Could I have a moment? I have something here. Lena, these are Majorcan pearls. Rose gave them to me, but I think you should have them.
Oh, they're beautiful. Thank you.
Just one more thing.
He's starting to twiddle his thumbs out there.
You just hold on, mister. The hell with the damn thumbs. Grandchildren. I don't know how you're going to work it out, but I expect grandchildren. Now, then you have to give us a minute and let us get out of here first.
You ready?
I never in this world thought I'd be walking a couple beauties like the two of yous down the aisle. Ready?
No, wait. I have to show you something. It's one of Rose's letters. Look what she wrote to me. Lena, when you get here, I'm hoping you'll find a home. I did, Mom.
Have I told you today that I love you?
Not yet.
I love you. Wait. Now it's my turn.
What?
I want to say something.
Okay.
Out there.
You mean like an exchange of vows? Oh, God, I didn't think to write anything.
No matter.
You have to tell me then. I hate surprises.
You want me to tell you now?
Yes.
It's of course for you. But it's also for everyone. I'm letting go of the life I had planned so that the two of us, Lena and I, can have a life together, the life that's waiting for us.
They all take a breath, then lock arms with Hank, one on either side, and begin to walk toward the exit as the lights fade. End of the play.
Awesome. All right, let's get our Brady Bunch on screen here. I think it's the most we've ever had. Well, thank you guys for being here. This is awesome. Danny, what did you think?
That was awesome.
Nice work. Nice job.
Thanks, Danny.
Thanks.
Thanks, Danny. Thanks, everybody.
Great stuff.
Be interesting to get some good comments.
Well, just like all of our other behind the curtain things, you can find them on our YouTube channel. You can watch us again, share with your friends. Danny, any other final thoughts?
No, I'm good. Thank you. I actually enjoyed it.
Awesome to hear. Well, we'll see you Thursday then for the next behind the curtain.
Tomorrow for playwriting.
Right. Well, tomorrow for playwriting, but other people won't see us for that.
Yeah. Okay.
Great. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Thanks, Carly.